What is going on YouTube? This is Acid Root. So I'm going to review a 2010 album by J-Dawg of Boss Hog Outlaws. Basically, this product is called Still Behind Tint, and it came out in the late summer of 2010. This particular product came out in the late summer of 2010, so within pitches about here as far as we're supposed to have now. Particularly, I think more or less I've gotten to at least one Boss Hog Outlaws album within these pitches. I think I reviewed Serve and Collect from 2007 back in late 2024, pitch like that. But yeah, particularly Boss Hog Outlaws is Slim Thug's particular collective as far as these supposed to have. They've dropped at least 4 albums. They dropped them throughout the mid 2000s to about the early 2010s, pitches like that. Some good type fairs. There's a number of these folks within Boss Hog Outlaws. Originally I thought it was only like 5 or 6, but there's actually like 9, 10, 11, 12, some of these type folk pitches like that. So I wanted to start getting towards some of these type folk pitches like that. I wanted to start getting towards some of these type folk pitches like that amongst some of these separate deals. So it's kind of the pitch as far as saying one folk in particular that's a particular notable type one that I remember is Kill Yon within these pitches, who's going to happen within the eventual type fair. And definitely get back to Slim Thug folks like that. But yeah, J-Dawg here has a hit type appeal. It's a classic album within these pitches, pretty low key, but it actually has a number of casual glam factor about it. This has a pretty excellent type embrace when talking about the fairs as far as paying attention, like the pitch, like the variety, as far as this is a Dat Piff centric type album, which is excellent type pitches, but it does it within the commercial glam factor of just being able to talk about things within the aspect. It does things within the aspect. I mean, this has a grit type factor about this album as far as these first have, so it's within the pitch as far as paying attention towards the product it is getting. This particular album has some good evening type flair amongst the pitch, a good variety of kind of mixing in like the flares of Dat Piff kind of grease within like the aspect of like some grind and hup and hop to it within the fairs, but also on top of that just some gliss along type factors of just the product of just appreciating like the after hours type product within those fairs. So it's kind of within the pitch. So it does within some commercial appeals. There's some folks on here like Alicia James has some good hooks on here. There's a cat named Dallas that does pretty good. Some of these type ones within the pitch like that has a number of commercial glam type factors. Just kind of pitched within the aspect. Slim Thug himself was not as superbly kind of prominent on like the charts, apart from like the album that he did, who kind of had the backing of Pharrell from 2005, already platinum, was kind of the pitch that he quickly returned to back in the underground type fair pitches like that. And Boss Hog Outlaws was even more so within those parts, but they always did kind of have like some buzzing type songs pitches like that, made enough noise, good mixtape type gems pitches like that. So this has the aspect, but it's this kind of pitch. This is more in the trenches as far as paying attention. I would definitely say within the product, it doesn't feel within as much kind of superb kind of commonplace that most folks could probably list probably more than one or two like the Boss Hog Outlaws, with even at the more than one or two like the Boss Hog Outlaws even within the pitch and talking about within the fair of like. I realized I haven't gotten to a superb ton of these folks either within these pitches. I don't know every last thing within their particular facets, but it's just good to kind of get some of these folks fleshed out within the pitch as far as having the variety. Slim Thug is on here a few times within these pitches. He pops up at least 3 or 4 times. There's some other type folks on here. Be able to say real kind of just aspect to kind of Texas Pride type album. I'm going to look and see if he dropped any other type ones. It does appear that he does have some other type products. So it's good pitches like that within some type varieties. But it's this kind of pitches for us in the uncommonplace type aspect within the variety kind of about. I'm going to look into this folk a lot further within the aspect as far as seeing the varieties of some of this hit type feel, because this is a pretty snap type album within pitches like that. So this kind of aspects for us saying it has the bite on here, pitches like that amongst some type of deals as far as paying attention like the product, this glam type factor, these social kind of sparky type songs pitches like that, good hooks on here, some of these type varieties. It has some glitz type songs for like some club stuff, and not a super ton like moments like Hogs Night Out, Gangsta Party, some of these type ones, First 48 are kind of within the common place, but this is not like a square type album. It's just more missed the pitch, kind of in between type varieties of this, getting some shit done within like the commerce kind of crusades of it, pitches like that, kind of within the ordeal, this kind of the aspect of this Dat Piff type variety. So it's very much like an album when you think of Dream Chasers from 2011 by Meek Mill, some of the pitches, even though this came out a year before that, and some of these stuff there's just that particular Dat Piff kind of hustle type variety and that star type sense, this kind of aspect as far as getting that sort of aspect. Not every single song within the aspect of kind of being wide-eyed and pitches like that, but this has it's just a very embalming type feeling to get towards some of these type ones, paying attention to the pitch of this, having like a good welcome mat to have rolled out for like the pitch once you get towards more of the sunset. Once you get to more of like the sunset type hours, 4:30 forward pitches like that, sunset fairs, even if there's not several one after the other kind of get shit-faced type ordeals within 1 o'clock in the morning type moments, pitches like that. But it has the factor is to embrace some of those post hours, so good pitches like that. And it has a few breakfast type songs on here as well, just pitches like that, talking about some of these type ones as far as saying some of these type ones like Stone to Bread and Stone to Bread, Dry Your Eyes, and particular Touchdown, some of these type ones, pitches like that. All on you, some of these type fairs. So it's kind of the pitch as far as saying paying attention to the products for McDonald's kind of mornings and Denny's kind of mornings, since the pitch has the aspect as far as just having, you got nothing more by your side than just a steering wheel and the McMuffin in your hand, pitches like that. It's kind of the fairs as far as saying just the product, some of that type tackle, just realizing once the BS is kind of taken care of, getting towards the pitch of this, probably next 5-6 hours going to have some tarot going, Bacardi, some of those type of Browns pitches like that. Hell, BZ's just looking loud pitches like that, since of where it is. So this kind of missed the pitch. So it has that particular variety, does it well. Good aspect to type balance. Actually, within the pitch, of paying attention to the slime type factors, when you pay attention to like offshoots, like folks within collectives, this is a pretty good type variety within the bite of some of these type fairs within pitches. So it nails the variety pretty well. It's pretty dope that this was an album. Just be honest, there wasn't a single off this album, so pitches like that amongst some of these type of ordeals. The most popular song off this album is First 48 within these pitches. This has at least 2.5 million plays on Spotify, so it's good type pitches. It's got some degree of commonplace type pitch behind it. Now within mostly type fairs, most of this is kind of either a 5 or 6 digit type album within these varieties, but there's really not too many other songs are really that close to 1 million plays apart from the one song. So I don't know if First 48 was a single, but at least has Slim Thug on there, and I'd probably say some of the songs that go for with an immediate touch sense apart from like the ones with like some hooks on there like Dallas and Alicia James would probably be like probably the Slim Thug songs pitched like that. So just the aspect. But also songs like Gangsta Party and some of those type ones, and Hogs. Also songs like Back Trippin' and Gangsta Party are like some good club type ones. So it's just pitch. But looking after it, First 48 with Slim Thug is like a sparkly kind of late weave to get here. Just feeling groovy, I'd say, just at ease hours. So definitely be some at ease hours pitches like that. Just feeling like a Malibu rum, kind of getting some of that in your system. Pitches like that. Just have some shrimp pasta as well for like some restaurant type fare, just more extravagant. So it's just kind of the pitch. It's a kind of city, more township type variety of something like Rick Ross, a kind of glam type factor, and just suavo type vibes of Rick Ross, deeper than rap, but it's kind of within it. It's kind of more within a pitch, like a town sparkle pitch like that. So it's just kind of ordeal as far as paying attention towards it. Just some factors of this. Feeling like throwing some money around some stuff pitches, but it's kind of aspect of this. It's a pretty plush type song considering the factoid of the particular variety amongst these aspects. It's within the aspect that probably J-Dawg was probably worth at least, 250 large, 300 grand, something like that within those aspects within variety. Slim Thug was probably like millionaire, 3-5 million, somewhere like that. Kill is probably at least 800,000 millionaire or something like that. So this kind of pitch for us. I think just from the aspect, these folks, the Boss Hog Outlaws, were probably caked up enough within these pitches, but this kind of varieties for us. I mean, you can tell by the album cover with this folk that he had a nice enough type ride within these pitches. So it's just the aspect paying attention, like the gloss type factor, but some good type aspects about it. Just have some glam type, nice to get crunk to pitches like that. Just feeling kind of feeling an extravagant kind of date evening, get some tropic drinks in your system first like that, some shrimp pasta, things like that, shrimp in general, some of those type of ordeals. Lobster even pitches like that, some good type varieties. Particularly Hog's Night Out is a hit type ones, like a superb kind of usual late taste of mixtape grease, kind of get here pitch like that. This Dat Piff kind of everyday fares like that. Just have like tacos definitely nearby, some stuff pitches. Bacardi in your system, good aspects like that. It's kind of usual with the shit type fare within the aspect of like the quicker kind of blurry type times. It's not quite as full bound blurry, but it's just kind of pitch of this quick livings, just with the aspect of more marinade about it. So it's just kind of pitch of this depot kind of moments within the product of getting ready to get crunk, but probably amidst more late shift kind of moves, pitch like that. So it's just kind of pit stop type moments with an aspect of just like the continued aspect, like the busy kind of schedule. So it's pitch like that, this full plate of things kind of this full plate of things within the shits going down as far as this pitch counts, excellent type pitch as far as those varieties kind of happen, good pitches like that. Stone to Bread is a hit type ones, like a typical kind of day smog and keep your head up type headspace to kind of have within these varieties. To stick to like breakfast, I'd say here, just slab up some pitches like that amongst things type varieties. So just kind of pitch some of those type ones, just kind of the aspect, not as full bound to say as if weight wouldn't be up in the first place, but it's kind of pitch of just like the grin and bear it type vibes of just like fuck it, gotta just have some of those elbow grease kind of days and even mornings within some stuff aspects of the tone. So this is kind of the pitch. So yeah, like I was saying, there are some breakfast songs on here, pitches like that, but it's just kind of missed the aspect of this, like having having those particular party favors within the pitch and just having like the appetite for getting crunk towards it. It's kind of within the pitch back in these particular days is within the aspect as far as saying the variety. It's not to say it's not like that nowadays, but just the pitch of just kind of being like, fuck it, gonna you get like a good cheesy kind of Domino's ass pizza, something like that within those particular varieties as far as something to kind of have like the incentive for some of these type of things. So it's kind of pitch within those aspects, but it's kind of clock in the funds pitch like that, some stuff where it deals just the grit and typical kind of grits and gravy pitch like that. Touchdown is the hitting type ones, like a usual dap piff kind of day tackle to get in like a radio fizz here. I'd say pitch like that, just some grand. This is some grand pep, I'd say, pitches like that. Have some beers tonight, just on deck. Some of the fairs just looming in the distance as far as the fairs are just getting through the BS. That's what's waiting, pitches like that. Just few gripe favors to kind of throw in. Flames in mind, pitches like that. So there's kind of aspects as far as saying not so much gripe favors in terms like the con, not so much gripe favors in terms like the aspect of bitching about it and making a scene, but just kind of pitch as far as saying it's one of those type ones as far as saying, you know what, I'm going to help out with insurance or something like that. Some type pitches. Get folk an extra kind of checkbook ahead of time as far as these pitches can have within the varieties kind of about it. Just simple kind of taskings, pitches like that. Some stuff fares within the pitch about it, but it's kind of variety. Gangsta parties, the hitting type ones, like a superb kind of amongst a gangsta parties, a superb amongst them. Step out and tab slams, kind of get here pitches like that. Excellent type varieties, just hypnotic in your system, pitches like that. Get some Crown Royal on top of that. Some of these type pitches, just some jive definitely to have. Bust moves, some of these type fares, just some intake on top of that. So it's kind of the pitch. Bringing flames along for the ride pitch like that, just kind of combine, kind of step out some of these type pitches, but it's kind of product that it's not just getting towards the full bound product to acting as within the full bound frosty kind of pitch. It is having like the particular aspect in mind. Accommodations on deck pitches like that amongst some of these type of deals. So it's kind of pitch like the usual type tear up, but just within that. Just with the extra type flares about it, pitch like that, good type varieties within the variety kind of about it. Otherwise, just kind of a usual kind of shit face type songs. Not a super ton of these on here, but it's just kind of pitch for saying it's a good, nice one to kind of cut loose, full boundedly pitches like that. Doing my thing as a hit type ones, like a good late 2000s kind of Young Money flair with like some grind chip push about it, good pitch like that. Just wrap up. Leftover kind of task wrap-ups, pitches like that, club and a few as far as these pairs can happen. So just kind of missed the pitch like the beeline type pairs amongst some of these type products within getting towards it. Just kind of some of these slag type ones like I was talking about at the beginning of this review within these pitches as far as talking about the aspect of just like that dap piff kind of commonplace in between like the late 2000s, kind of 2008, 2009, Bedrock and like Roger that kind of Young Money type vibes, pitches like that, and also within the variety of just kind of Nicki Minaj in certain senses, some of those type pitches, just the aspect of just like just the good vehicle type slag type feelings of just the pitch like, yep, I'm gonna totally get tore up tonight, some of these type pitches. But leftover type thing in there, some of those type pitches, just last few bills to pay, some of those type pitches, pick up a few extra envelopes or pitches like that, get some bread or things like that kind of within the in-betweens of it. Here we go, is a nice type ones, like a nice pop rap grab to get and radio glitz to kind of have here. Here we go, is a nice pop rap grab and radio glitz to have here, pitches like that. Just some 2000s kind of MySpace glam, I'd say, pitches like that. Just beezy, nice and cakes, and these type fairs just have some swag. Some of these type pitches with things in mind. Just some mall shoppings, pitches like that. Some of these type varieties getting like some nice ink pens and fairs like that. Some of these type varieties, pitches like that. Eyeliner, some of these type pitches, pleated skirts, some of these type aspects within tones like that. Just kind of within pitches, just like standard type fair, just solid type glam factor and just overall just polished type song pitches like that amongst some type varieties. It's good radio fizz as far as those pitches kind of happen. Some of these type ones are good within these pitches. Let Me Make It's the hitting type ones, like a good out in the wind kind of another day, another dollar type grit pitches like Let Me Make It's the hit type ones, like a good out in the wind kind of another day, another dollar type grip pitches like that. I'd have to say pitches like that. It's kind of missed the ordeal. Just grab like some snowballs and like plushes for bellas, pitches like that, some stuff ordeal. So it's kind of favorite type aspects. Nothing within the complex of real kind of sweat and argue within pitches like that, but it's kind of variety, just simple kind of in between type aspects. Just usual kind of within the fair, just like push along fairs like that. Just kind of like those Master P and Lil Boozy type slag type songs, but just within pitch like the usual type fair, Tupacs and these type folks. Standard kind of just day tackle within that, so playing these type folks within the grip behind it. Just kind of usual type day slag pitch like that, just within the everyday type facets. So it's kind of pitch as far as saying this good type varieties, getting towards like the aspect of solid gulag type fashions as far as those pitch can have, but it's just kind of missed the varieties. The 4 o'clock p.m. kind of dredge, just usual type Tuesday, Wednesday type patterns, pitches like that. Some type fairs just missed like not so much on autopilot, but just the usual type fare, probably within the aspect of needing probably to get some Taco Bell in your system as well. Pitches like that. Some of those type ones get like a spicy. Figure out like some spicy burritos with like some Diablo sauce pitches like that amongst some stuff or deals. Good pitches like that. Back Trippin' is a quality one pitch just like that. It's like a half-baked kind of city weaving to get here. Selling stuff aspects. Just grab like the paper and some napkins. Selling stuff pitches amongst this grape sweet in your ears. To have like a grape sweet in your ears. Selling stuff pitches within the variety as far as these pitches gonna have them. Just hella gab to have within neighborhood type fairs pitches like that. So this kind of aspect, this like the chatter kind of going. Just the aspect of like the chatter kind of going, pitches like that amongst selling stuff varieties as far as these pitches can happen. Just kind of gab centric selling stuff ordeals. Just kind of some hollow type music within the tone as far as these pitches kind of go. Just paying attention to like the tone of this in the trenches type fare. Not so much within a hustle type grip about it, but just kind of simplistic type errands. Just more on foot type fare. Just the weaving type aspects. Just wife beater basketball shorts type music within pitches like that. Just Vans shoes looking hella nice selling stuff ordeals. Just good aspects kind of amongst it. Just throwing some Doritos, pitches like that, selling stuff ordeals. Welcome to my hood is a hitting type ones, like a tearing along, kind of amidst some day grit to kind of get here, pitches like that. Just dat piff kind of grind, I'd say. Rope a good few pitches like that. Just some rope a good few pitches like that, selling stuff ordeals. Just some peps to kind of have and some hup as far as these folks have. So just kind of miss the pitch, just the typical night grease as far as these fair. Just a typical night grease as far as these fairs can have them just within the aspect as far as like the varieties kind of happen. Just paying attention towards like the product just within the aspect as far as saying it's kind of on one type fairs, selling type pitches, kind of variety, just like I'm on one type vibes by Drake and DJ Khaled and Lil Wayne, selling type books, Rick Ross with these pitches, but it's kind of variety, just not quite as radio kind of club centric with these pitches, but it's the aspect of like, it's the aspect of all fired up, selling type pitches when the variety kind of amongst it. Good day tackle, just not so much early hours, but probably would work for like a pretty fiery type one if you're going to hit the ground running. Sunset pitches be a good, nice fiery type one to listen to. 7:30, 8:30 a.m. pitches like that. Sunset varieties. Dry your eyes is a hit type one within these aspects, like a solid day grease to get here and persevere as far as these pitches can have them. Just a screw it type vibe, but doing it along the way as far as this pitch can have them. Just saying fuck it, but going to get it taken care of. Just have like Mcmuffins, fairs like that. Probably some Keystone as well within these pitches. Within the legality, if you don't have to full bound dry pitches like that. So within the aspects, as far as saying some of these type ones, it's a good glam type factor. Paying attention, has some radio type appeal, pitches like that within some type varieties. This kind of the pitch of, but probably a good choice in terms of like a more formal type sense for something to listen to, just amongst like the good radio type snap and makeshift type glam pitches like that. It's just one of those type ones that just has the factor, just more blue collar type aspects, less kind of hustle makeshift, but good within the variety, like some snap about it and upkeep pitches like that. But looking with an aspect, don't want to go back to the hitting type ones, like a solid kind of late day harrow to get in passage as far as these fish go. Just get some tasks done within these varieties. Just kind of ruffled type day, bad hair day pitches. It's kind of a ruffled type day, bad hair day pitches like that. Sunset varieties, just go grab Chinese sunset fairs, just looking at crab ragu pitches like that. Sunset varieties kind of have for like some just some throw-ins to kind of have like the aspect of just nullifying kind of the aspect of the BS as far as those fish go. So just an aspect as far as saying this. Definitely within the pick-me-up type variety. It's kind of the pitch about this album. This album kind of has like a particular grease type factor about it, but it really nullifies it in a lot of good senses as far as paying attention to the project. It is having like an app kind of list of pick-me-ups within the varieties, and then also just having the aspect as far as just having like the extra type fare within the set aside as far as just like flames in mind within the pitch of just having like the extracurriculars of something extra on your mind within those pitches as far as just like, you know, said Starlet could probably use like a Spotify or Amazon gift card, some stuff pitches when the aspects for those first gonna happen, or just one of these type ones, just another good eyeliner pitch like that. Some of those stuff pitches, a pink one, some of those stuff aspects, purple one within those pitches, just paying attention to this variety. And within the pitch, it's good products just within the aspect. Keystone, it's more of like a Keystone type album within the full bound type pitch. Doesn't really. There are some type aspects with like the tear up with like Crown Royal and Bacardi pitches like that, but it's kind of variety as far as saying this the grit and passage amongst some of these type ones is kind of fair, just the weaving type aspects of just the pitch. But there is vehicle type fashions about some of these within a stunt type fashion, not as much flex as full bound, but just kind of pitch and just the variety of just like the traffic about it. I'm trying to think of other type ones I haven't talked about on here. I'm not sure if I talked about BOK. BOK is a hit type. BOK is a hit type 1. This is like a good commerce and traffic kind of blase to get here. Just grab like a McDouble and fries pitches like that. Just evening kind of paper trail fizz as far as these pitches can have them by paper trail. Talking about T.I.'s paper trail from late 2008 pitches like that. That particular song is like a good dance club rumble within the pitches, but it's this kind of aspect as far as saying paying attention towards it. Just kind of has the after effect of just like some commerce type vibes just within the same type tip of live your life with Rihanna and whatever you like. So those type ones, just that typical kind of glam type factor. Just ATL and Texas type sound pitches like that. Some type varieties just to miss the pitch of just like radio type factors just in a more rhythmic type sense. A good pitches about it. Trying to think of some other type ones I haven't talked about on here. I don't know if I talked about All On You, pitches like that. All On You is like a typical kind of blase, kind of ghetto grit to get and pushing as far as these pitches have. Just chummy kind of Fritos runs, some stuff aspects. Just basic drops kind of get done, pitches like that. Just some Arendine on top of that, favor runs, some stuff aspects of this. Simplistic. Another straightforward kind of simplistic type day pitches like that within a similar type variety of like a song like Let Me Make It, some stuff airs this kind of aspect of this basic kind of just get the task done pitches like that, nothing real, not quite as triumphant, just kind of just layup type music within pitches like that, just get the shit done within product, just simple kind of exercise and just boxing exercise and activity as far as this pitch would kind of happen, just the ordeals kind of about it, just simple warm-ups and kind of stretching type fair pitches like that amongst some stuff, right? Just simple kind of hup type music pitches like that, but just looking after just day type aspects, just within a slummish type sense, is kind of the typical type variety. Another nice one within these pitches is last year's. Another nice one within these pitches is last year as far as these first game. This samples like a Tupac verse, so stuff pitch doesn't really sample it in terms of the beat and like the chorus pitch like that, but just within the lyrics, so stuff there is like good type variety. It's like a surreal and feeling wired kind of evening bite to get here pitch like that. It's kind of a gulag type factor, but fired up, I'd say, within these aspects. It's the dredge type factor, just like IDGAF type mentalities, but just kind of miss the pitch of just feeling riled. Some of these type pitches, just get it in type music. I definitely say just haul near it, like some plants with the aspects of this kind of pitch of just right now type vibes. Not so much hollow back type vibes, but just kind of within pitch like, hey, next 5 minutes, pitch like that, let's go. This club is like 8 minutes away, let's go hit up some of these type fairs, have like a round of shots, pitch like that, some stuff Fridays, it's your birthday type vibes, pitch like that. So this kind of aspect, paying attention to some of those type vibes, just kind of within pitch like that, but it's kind of the tone. It's good to have some of these type ones just for like the aspect of just having some jump in your system, fairs like that, just kind of feeling sparky within pitch like that, just kind of within a more slow-ish kind of dredge type fashion. So this kind of pitch, but just the aspect of this, feeling jumpy, kind of ready to get crunk pitches like that, some stuff fair. So I'm trying to think if there's like, I think there's at least another song I haven't talked about on here. No, yeah, I think it's Gotta Get It as far as these first games. So I think Gotta Get It's like a feeling wired and froggy kind of late shift pack, I'd say here, pitches like that. This grand kind of post hour spit, I'd say some stuff fair is just gonna get crunk, definitely within pitches like that. Some of those typical type ones, like I was saying, within the product, like this album type fair within pitch of just that particular fashion, just the exhilaration, the excitement of it being 430 pitch like that, and a dap piff kind of hustle makeshift type variety. So it's the pitch of done with things, pitch like that kind of aspect like that, embrace the way, kind of similar to the way that emo type music has like the post hour type embrace of just the way emo embrace at 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock p.m. has like that joyride and kind of just crunk kind of cut loose type fashions, kind of within the pitch of just like the factor just some welcoming type vibes, pitches like that, just kind of the factor just Swisher Sweet loaded up pitches like that, some stuff where deals, so it's gonna go ham. The Swisher Sweet loaded up, some stuff pitch is gonna go ham, some stuff products just figure out the next modes, chirps and folks as far as these pitch guys. I'm just getting towards the aspect of like the price of just the tarot kind of getting within those fashions. So just within pitches like that. I think there's at least one more song I haven't talked about on here, pitches like that, which is I Salute You. Some of these stuff there is like an excellent kind of routine dap piff embrace kind of get here, just good post music kind of slag. It's like some good post music to get here, pitches like that, just some slag relief, I definitely would say, just blase, blaze a bit, pitches like that, get a zag kind of toasted, some of stuff aspects, have like a Big Mac as well within some stuff pitches as far as these type varieties kind of have. So dismiss the aspect, just good type grubbing, pitch like that, Mickey D's just nearby, just the aspect to kind of be the icing on the cake as far as these pitches kind of go, just within the varieties as far as these pitches kind of have. It's kind of within varieties as far as the flavors of it kind of happen, so good pitches. So yeah, within the fair about this album, 10 out of 10 pitches like that, just paying attention towards it here. So sort of probably more or less, I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10 just within varieties. I just like the embrace and the embellish of it, just some of these stuff fairs as far as talking about within the variety, as far as talking about just the aspect of like, it's like the particular jive type feel on a disc with some radio glam type factor. It has a good tackle, like the different type moments for like the aspect, just the more leathered kind of mornings with Mcmuffins and fairs like that, amidst like some grogginess and kind of wake up type grease pitches like that, and elbow grease within like the product, like the late, getting towards like the later product of like afternoon, like the later afternoon type weaving type product of like some gab within the neighborhood type fair pitches like that, some hollow type music with the in between type fashion, and just like the vehicle kind of commerce back. Kind of halfway ghetto, halfway glam, kind of vehicle commerce type factor, just like stunt type music within the aspects as far as like the player, just figuring out like the next modes, in terms of figuring out the next modes between like beelines for dance clubs and just the overall polish of just like some moves kind of within the product of like the night wind pitch like that with a restaurant type fair, just the after just the after effect of some demon time tear up pitches like that. So it's just kind of within the variety as far as saying, just paying attention towards the aspect like the viciousness within the variety as far as like the aspect of like as far as like the viciousness of the quick time, as far as those pitch emphasis within aspects, I'd say 10 social pitches like that, 10 scores, and stuff aspects as far as paying attention towards like the variety. In terms of the future, J-Dawg at least has a series of these products pitched like that. He is a part of Boss Hog Outlaws, which I'm going to get to back again. Some of that fares within the variety, kind of amongst it, just the after effect of talking about some of that fares within it. Slim Thug, there's some earlier type albums pitches like that. One that's at least called Behind Tint, some of that stuff where deals is within those pitches as far as talking about. But it's excellent type 1. But it's an excellent type 1 pitches like that, and it is a definite classic, I'd have to say.